Oh, we are back today with Tulsa King Season 2, or however they may say it in Tulsa. But anyway, but also we got our special guest, Jacob, in the house, and so we will chit-chat with him here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the one who has done a lot of work behind the scenes for some new stuff for us for our All Access members, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land. Yeah, I have been working hard on the new Ko-fi level stuff. We should be talking about that a little bit today, hopefully, announcing some new things, some exciting things to supporters of the show. We definitely appreciate you. So, yeah, we got exciting things coming.
Yep. And so, everybody, we're talking all things gangstas related when we got our great friend in the house, Jacob Ruchser. Wait, I kept, I got it out.
He's wrestling on how to say your name.
I am.
Steven, remember what I told you about the telemarketer? He called and he asked to speak with Mr. or Mrs. Ruckford. Like, where did that come from? You're good,
Right.
man. Don't worry about it.
I used that as one of our reels, too.
No, I have to say, I don't know if I told you guys, but I was very flattered about that because I have never been in shorts for anybody's show I've been on, and you guys did a bunch of shorts. I was like, I don't know. It just made me, I felt honored. So thank you. It was nice to be part of the.
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
welcome.
We love having you with us. So,
and there'll be more after this one. So,
oh no, make sure you pick the good ones. I don't want people to know the real me.
Real quick, Nerdery Murderers in the house. They said, "Yay!" and they said, "Gangster."
Nice.
Nice.
Oh god. I guess gangsters kind of up their alley too, I mean, with the whole murdery thing and stuff. So
yes. Yeah. Everybody, if you have not checked out the podcast Nerdery and Murdery, please do so. Those boys do their research kind of thing. Talk about nerdery stuff and then also talk about murder stories and geekdom, and it's pretty phenomenal. So please, just how many episodes did they just celebrate?
I think 200.
I think 200. And then our other podcast friends, the Three Geeky Dads, just released their 300th episode. So
we'll be coming up on 300 episodes probably early next year. So
yeah,
close.
We are getting close. It's exciting. So, hey, everybody. So we're so glad you're here with us today because we are continuing kind of our series on Tulsa King because we had Jacob with us to do Tulsa King Season 1. We're doing Season 2 today. And then Season 3 starts, in just a couple of weeks, I think.
Nice. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Especially after the ending of Season 2. Holy crap.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. There's going to be spoilers, everybody, for you guys know, but just know that I'm with you because all I could get in was 7 episodes, this week. So, I started watching it because I was getting ready for the show and then realized that I had not watched it with my wife. She watched Season 1 with me and she was like, well, I wanted to watch that with you. So I started over again. I'd already watched 4 episodes. So I started over again so that way she could do it. And I'll say this, just a cue, everybody, a quick sneak peek is I didn't Steven skip any of Season 2
Nice.
And then when we went back, of course, we didn't Steven skip anything when my wife was watching it. So,
that's because you're not allowed.
well, that's true too.
I don't know why, but when you say that you didn't do that, I want to come and be like, high five. Like,
That's what you do.
Nice. Everybody give Steven a virtual high five. Yay.
Yeah.
Or a fist bump.
Right on. Well, we're going to get going, you guys. We're just going to dive right into any just the extra stuff. I said no geeky news today, right?
Yeah, no geeky news. I don't have any geeky news.
Well, let's just run into Geekdar, shall we?
Go with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
Oops, there goes Jacob. All right. What do we have on our Geekdar action going on?
All right. So I'm trying to catch up with some Ripaverse goodness, and I had ordered some Ripaverse books a couple weeks ago, and recently got issues number 2 of Yaira. I know that's kind of hard to see, but it's a beautiful, beautiful cover. Yaira looks like she's underneath the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And then issue number 3 of Yaira, which is another fantastic cover. Man, they do great covers over there at Ripaverse. I love their books. And then while we had Tom Hudson's on last week, I had ordered book 4 of his Legend of Oz, The Wicked West series. So there it is with the big giant flying monkey in the background, which looks awesome. He looks like looks kind of like a bat out of hell, honestly. I guess with Ozzy Osbourne's recent death, that kind of plays in.
Yeah.
So I got some comic goodness, but then the big thing I wanted to talk about for Geekdar was Monday. Me, Brenda, and Megan all went and seen Batman 1989 in the theaters.
Nice.
Redone in Dolby Atmos sound. And I got to say, when Axis Chemicals blows up, you feel it throughout the theater.
The theater.
I mean,
nice.
The seats are rumbling, and it's just insane.
I'm jealous because I completely forgot about that, and I wanted to go see it. And when I heard about it, I think I tagged one of you guys, and I was like, I want to go see this. I was like, I can't imagine how these two feel.
That is my all-time favorite Batman film of all.
That's his, yes. That's correct.
And yes, it was fantastic. It was so good. And then afterwards, some little kid comes up to me and he goes, "Did you see the Batman movie?" I said, "Yes, I did." And he goes, "So did I." I go, "Did you like it?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, that was cool." I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." The next generation, letting them see, to me, the ultimate Batman film. So hopefully it'll carry on.
Yeah, my favorite one is I love The Dark Knight. That's my favorite Batman film.
I do like The Dark Knight a lot too.
I thought Heath Ledger did an incredible job with playing the Joker. It was really good.
I would say that's probably my second. If I had to rate them, it would be Batman 89 and then Batman Dark Knight.
Right.
Those are my 2 favorites right there. Because, man, I could just sit and watch those back to back. Incredible films, both of them.
Well, hopefully, everybody. I'll also have Geekdar. I did order a bunch of stuff from Ripaverse, and so I'm looking forward to when that comes in.
Well, if I get a certain package today, next week, I'll have a Geekdar that comes from Steven.
Yeah, if it comes out, at least you'll have it before the next show.
Right, yeah, right.
So, the other thing is, oh shoot, I was going to ask you a question. I'm going to lose it. Nope. So I'm getting older and I almost lost it and stuff. When you did Ripaverse, did they send you tracking information or anything? Or is it just, just shows up?
Yes. They send you an email and it says something about, I don't know, rip of goodness is coming your way or something like that.
Okay. It's been a while since I've ordered because I kind of saved up. So,
Gotcha.
So I was like, I can't remember. Okay, cool. Yep. Jacob, do you have any geekdar, any cool things you're doing from a geeky world?
Yeah, so with the exception of when I released my comic book this year, my first comic book, on Free Comic Book Day, they let me have a signing at a store here in Buffalo, and then I did my first Comic-Con in June. It's a small Comic-Con, but they do it like 4 to 6 times a year. It's called Buffalo Comic-Con. It's ran by the oldest comic book store in Buffalo. What I didn't know is that they try to get some celebrities to come out, and I mean this is a small event. I mean it's not tiny, but it's still small. And I didn't know that they tried to get celebrities to come out. I thought, or that they even had that capability. Steve Geiger is going to be there next Saturday,
And
and
for those that may not know, who is Steve Geiger?
so he's a cover artist. I know he's mainly done like Punisher, I believe Spider-Man,
Power Man, and Iron Fist, Silver Surfer. I'm cheating. I'm looking at Google, everybody.
Well, the funny thing is I knew his name right away, but I was like, wait a minute. The only thing I could remember is that I love the cover to Punisher issue number 75. I have 2 copies of it. That's one of his covers. And I knew that. So as soon as I heard he was going, I was like,
oh, that's cool.
I don't know where they are, though. So I got to try to find these things before next weekend. So I have to go through 25
autograph.
books.
Wait a minute. How many comic books did you say? Sorry.
I have to flip through 2,500 comic books to try to find it because I've rearranged my collection so much it's not in any particular. I try to keep the more expensive ones in like one box, but then the rest are kind of all over the place. I've recategorized them in so many different ways, so many times. Also, writer, director, producer, actor, and comic book writer Kevin Smith will also be there for a couple hours. Silent Bob, if you will, for those of you who are familiar. And so I'm really looking forward to that. So I bought an extra ticket, so I'm gonna get to get a selfie with him, and I have the original collector's edition DVD box set of Dogma, which is I think you got to pay like $40+ for it online. But the only crappy thing is that the discs that I have, because they're DVDs, and I've had them since like 01 or 02, they're completely destroyed. But I'm going to bring that in and have him sign that. So I'm really looking forward to that because, yeah, his movies are kind of, they're pervy, this and that. But he also, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know he's written and produced. I know he's written like some comic book character films. I just don't remember which one. I know he has. So he's more diverse. A lot of his earlier movies, are more juvenile type comedy and jokes, which are great. He's great at it. But he's one of my. I'd say he's one of my top 5 writers of movies and directors. And then lastly, when I had that Comic-Con in June, I have 5 covers to my comic book. I sold out of one of them. They are replenished, so I'll have this one.
Nice.
This one.
Yeah.
And then when I did the Kickstarter for the comic book, we did a homage cover to the video game Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty. So it's a video game homage cover. Cover's done by Nathan Lawson, artist out of California. And
it's a great cover too.
This is by Tom Cuthbert, the main artist for my comic. So you could only get 25 copies if you donated to the. Only 25 copies were available, and you had to, donate obviously a specific amount of money to qualify to get a copy of it. So only 25 metal copies of the Metal Gear Solid cover exist, and I made art prints for it. The art prints were very popular, and people asked, why don't you have a physical copy of this book? And I said, well, they were limited, they were metal. So Joffrey and I, my co-writer,
we got Joffrey on the show too.
Yeah.
we did. I can't keep up. It's
all good.
him and I are constantly talking to each other, and then we won't tell each other some things and something, and then it's crazy. But so what him and I, agreed on is like we got to make paper copies of this. So I have paper copies
Very
of it,
nice.
and
That looks great. That is
For
an
the-
absolute beautiful cover.
for those of you that know Metal Gear Solid and know PS2 game covers, I'm sorry, you can't tell me this doesn't look like a video game cover for
Oh, it
PS2.
definitely does.
It does. It looks great.
So thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. This will also be, I think this will be the first two celebrities I've ever met in my entire life as well.
Very cool. That'll be fun. That's the one thing I love about Comic-Cons, that opportunity for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, but talk to them and get your picture taken with them.
Yeah, just don't take pictures of them out, like while you're in line. I did that with Stan Lee at the St. Louis Comic Con, and oh boy, I thought they were going to kill me.
Yeah, I actually want to give him a copy of my comic book. I just want to real quick. I've never done this before, and I know some celebrities act differently. I've heard horror stories. I just wanted to be like, hey, Kevin, I made this. This is for you. I just want you to have it. So I don't know. I thought that'd be nice. You never know. I know it's probably not his cup of tea. He's more I like to say traditional comic books. Superheroes and everything.
Right.
The core and beginning of it all, if you will. But
who knows? You might make him cry.
Yeah, but I mean, how many? Maybe there's a lot now, but I mean, how many people can say, "Hey, I gave a celebrity a copy of my comic book." So I mean, that'll be kind of cool. So I hope he's receptive of it. If he's not, that's all right. But
That's right.
And he's only going to be. From what I've heard, he's just like he is on his shows. Very easygoing, very nice, very polite. So I'm really looking forward to meeting him because obviously he's in his movies he's a comedic pervy, but comedic with his movies and shows. So I hope that I'm sure I've heard it'll reign true to what he's really like in person. And the only reason he's going to be there, he's only going to be there for 2 hours because he travels and does stand-up comedy. He's doing stand-up comedy over the weekend here at Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo, New York. So that the comic book store that's running the event, the Buffalo Comic Con, they were somehow the owner of the store was somehow able to catch wind of this and get in touch with someone. They got in touch with like his guy, and then they were like, "Yeah, we can do this for a couple hours." So I'm really excited about it.
Ming Chen was in the St. Louis area this past week.
Who was?
Ming Chen. He's from Comic Book Men. He's one of Kevin's buddies.
Huh.
I've never watched that show because I think that show started before I got into comic books. It's been on for a long time.
I didn't watch any of Kevin's movies. I'm not a Kevin Smith fan, and that I tried watching 5 minutes of Clerks and I shut it off. I just couldn't watch it. But I loved Comic Book Men. Comic Book Men was right up my alley because it was all about his comic book store in New Jersey, and it was all about, it was his buddies, all running this comic book store. And it was kind of sort of like, what's the show with the pawn shop,
Pawn Stars?
Pawn Stars. It was kind of like Pawn Stars in a way, because they would get these people coming in with high dollar comic books or toys and stuff like that, and they would value it similar to Pawn Stars, and then they would have stories about different comic books and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a great show. I absolutely loved that show. But Ming was one of his buddies. He worked in the comic book shop, and he was recently here in St. Louis over like the last week. And from what I understand, he visited a whole bunch of mom and pop comic book shops. I don't know if he made it to my side of the river on the Illinois side or not, but and I'd found out too late. So I was like, oh well, Miss Ming, that would have been kind of cool to meet him, but oh well. So,
yeah.
You just gave me an idea. I should take as many graded comic books as I possibly have, and when I'm standing in line, when I get to them, just drop like 40 graded comics and be like, how much you give me?
Yeah, good luck with that. You might get this guy out of here. Don't tell him we gave you that idea.
You didn't. You said something, and I got the idea on my own. So you may have planted the seed, but the overall growth and development was on my own accord. So you are not to blame.
Of course, the idea works. Then yeah, it was all our doing.
Kevin, I have money. I have all of this. I know you buy comics. Please Venmo me now. No, I'm dragging this out. I'm a little tired this morning.
We're probably right there with you, actually, and stuff. So, real quick, everybody, I want to, Jacob, I want to make sure people know where to find you and find your books and stuff. And so, what
did you do, Stephen?
I don't know, but he's gone.
You lost Jacob.
I lost Jacob and the whole bit. Why did it not show up?
I don't know. This is your panel. I don't know.
I know it is my panel. Why did it not come up? Okay, there's that one.
Okay.
Jacob, we can hear you, Jacob. We just can't see you. So give me just a second. But I want to show everybody Kingdom Comics. And so I'm going to add you to the scene.
There he is.
Ta-da! So here, let me fix this. Okay, there we go. So now I should be able to see everybody. Did it not come up again?
No. I don't know.
Well, fooey farts.
Way to go, Stephen.
See, there I am trying to do it on the fly, and I can't get it. So we're just going to start over. So anyway, add to the scene.
There we go.
There, I'm just going to put it up front. So everybody, this is where you get Jacob's books. But he also does it with a couple other guys. So this is Kingdom Comics, like key. I'm going to key your car, NGDOM Comics. And then, so here let me put that up real quick too. I'm going to put that up. There we go.
Geeks on a microphone does not condone keying people's cars, by the way.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. So
just wanted to make that disclaimer.
Yeah. So if you go to Kingdom, KEYNGDOM Comics, COMICS.com, it'll bring you here. Now here's Roseville. That's a friend of the show, Jeffrey, his book. There's Razor McGuire. And then here is
Joffrey too, isn't it?
Gosh, I can't remember. Jacob, is that Joffrey's too?
I think it. Well, I mean, it is because it's under his. I think I don't know the specifics of what he did for it. I know he did. I think he did graphic design, lettering, editing, and some other stuff. I don't think he actually did any of the art or the writing for it. Don't quote me on that. But it's something that's under his publishing umbrella.
Right.
Gotcha.
And he was very much involved in the process, and and as far as what I can't speak for it because it's not my book, so I'm not 100% on the details.
That's all right. So, but here's here everybody. This is Jacob's Cosa Nostra's Comrade. So, just to give you guys a link, those who may not have seen some of our early episodes that we've had with Jacob. It's a Russian soldier leaves the Soviet Union and carves out a new life for himself in Brooklyn, New York. But as fate would have it, when opportunity comes knocking, his past proves more difficult to leave behind than he thought. Mm-hmm. And so similar to Goodfellas, To Drop, Scarface, Boondock Saints, Donnie Brasco, and the Godfather trilogy, which, since we thought it was very apropos to have Jacob with us because we're talking Tulsa King today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So your goodness.
Yeah. So oh gosh.
Thank you guys for showing that. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So we love having you here with us and I think it's pretty fun. So well, hey, we're already at 8:20 it's 8:26 my time. Michael, it's 9:26, and Jacob, it is 10:26. We are across the time zones, everybody.
Yep, you ain't kidding.
Well, sorry. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit the main event so we can get going because I'm excited to talk Tulsa King. It's time for The main event. You know, realistically, I didn't preload those, so I didn't know if that worked or not, but I'm sure it did.
It did. It did. It worked just fine. So we are talking season 2 of Tulsa King. Tulsa King is a television series starring Sylvester Stallone. It is a gangster series. Sylvester Stallone is if you've seen our coverage of season 1, you know that Sylvester Stallone's character, Dwight Manfredi, is a gangster out of New York City. New York City. He went to, right. He went to prison for 25 years, I believe. He was basically covering up for one of the guys in the family. And then when he gets out of prison, he's not well accepted and exiled to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is it makes it a very fish out of water story. Cause you don't normally think Tulsa, Oklahoma when you think gangsters. And he creates an entire enterprise in Tulsa, and then of course gets tied up with other families and all kinds of crazy gangster
biker gangs doing their thing. Season 1, biker gangs that have their quote unquote territory, and then
right. So in season 2, we have the continuing story of Manfredi and his exploits with New York, and Chicky. Chicky's the head of the family, only because he killed his father.
Spoiler alert for season 1.
Spoiler alert for season 1. Chicky's the head of the head of the family in New York, and then of course they are also going up against a family from Kansas City who he has certain operations within Tulsa that he doesn't like Dwight touching. And then you have the other marijuana operation that's going on with, oh my gosh, I can't think of the guy's name.
Thresher?
Yeah, Thresher.
Which is Frank, the actor Frank Grillo, who some may recognize from being in Winter Soldier.
Oh, he's been in Winter Soldier. He's been in Arrow, the Arrow TV series. He's been, oh my gosh, he's been in so much.
Yeah, there was a Hulu exclusive movie. What was it called? Boss Level. He did really good job in that movie.
Really? I haven't seen
did.
that. I'll have to check that out.
Yep.
I know you guys know my my feelings on him, but I found I found out something interesting about him. I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. In everything he's ever been in, he refuses to, I believe, kiss any other female actresses out of respect for his wife.
Oh gosh, how you say his name? McDonough. Is that one? Are you talking about Frank Grillo? Does that too?
The one who plays
Thresher. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was. Yep.
Are you talking about the actor who plays Bevilacqua?
I was talking about the guy Bella blah blah blah. Yeah. Bella blah blah blah.
Oh no, Jacob's referring to Thresher. Thresher.
Sorry, I got confused. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the guy who plays Thresher.
No, you're good. I don't know their real names. So those guys.
Neil McDonough.
Yes. And you are absolutely right. Neil does refuse to have romantic scenes with female. Well, I'm going to say with any actors. I'm not just going to say female, but we'll highlight female because of his respect for his wife and his religious convictions. He refuses to do that. And from what I understand, he lost a lot of jobs in Hollywood because of that too. But man, he plays one heck of a bad guy. Oh my gosh.
He's really good at a bad guy. Yeah.
Debatable.
I like him. I think he's a fantastic bad guy.
No, he's good. I think it's just because he's typecast now. So it's like,
that's true.
it's kind of like as soon as you see him, you're like, oh, there's the bad guy, like like that type of thing. I'm I don't think he's necessarily I wouldn't say go as far as to say he's a bad actor. He's just, like that's his area. When you see him pop up, it's like chances are not
he's
gonna
gonna be the bad
some
guy.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
just put out a new movie where he's like a horse rider, like a
What? Gosh, what is
like
that?
a rodeo type person. And
Yeah.
from what I understand of that, he's not a bad guy in that movie. Actually, he's actually kind of the good guy. So
I'm still listening to you guys. I just got to step away for 1 second.
oh, that's
Oh,
all
no
right.
worries. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. No problem. So yeah, because I there's two that came out pretty close to each other. One, he was like part of a farm or something, like it's an apocalyptic time frame, and he kind of heads up that farm kind of thing. And then there's the other one where it's the cowboy kind of person. So yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen them yet, but I would like to see him because I think he's a great actor. I like him.
Yeah.
I like everything I've seen him in so far.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice.
I gotta rep the homies. You know what I'm saying? 2 geeks and a microphone.
We love it. Thanks, man.
Right here.
Thank you. Nice. Did I send you the red one? Is that the color I sent?
No, you sent me the one that you know what? Yeah, you sent me the red one. I couldn't think of anything clever. You sent me the red one. I was trying to think of something funny, and I was like, it's not working.
That's funny.
We have different color handles and the inside, and I think, I picked the red one for you. So I figured that would go along with your comic book and all the blood and all that good stuff.
Honestly, it goes along with everything. The way my desk is set up, I have some mouse pads that I use as like display pads, basically. So it actually sits. I can't explain it, and I can't turn the camera. But normally I don't drink out of it. It's actually it's always in display on my desk.
Nice.
So
thank you. Awesome. Okay, so season 2. I'm just gonna say I really like season 2. I liked season 1 also. I think this show is fantastic. Next to Yellowstone, I think this is probably the best show on television currently.
Whoa.
Yellowstone gets high regards.
That's true. Real quick, Sam, good to have you with us, man.
Good evening, Sam.
Right.
He's in the down under, so but yeah, I absolutely loved it. In fact, I was thinking about this the other night when Brendan and I were watching it, and Arnold Schwarzenegger put out a television show not too long ago where he's kind of playing this secret agent, FBI.
Fubar.
Yeah, Fubar. And his daughter ends up in the same agency unbeknownst to him, and then they end up working together. Now, good show. I really enjoyed it. But I think the writing is much more better in this show in Tulsa.
Cheers. Writing is better in the Tulsa Kings. Okay.
I haven't watched season 2, but I did get some unfortunate news. Is it true? Can you guys confirm? I heard that they are not going to be making a season 3 of Fubar.
Oh, I don't know.
I have not heard that. But let us ask the ever so important,
the all-knowing wizard of Google.
That's correct.
Just
Fubar will not have a 3rd season because Netflix canceled the Arnold Schwarzenegger-led spy action series after its 2nd season. While the 2nd season's finale set up several potential plot threads for continuation, the show's declining viewership for season 2 compared to season 1 likely led Netflix to make the cancellation.
See, and I thought Fubar was good. I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's a bad show at all. I would highly recommend it, actually. However, I think Tulsa King is better. I think it's a better show. I think it's done much more better.
Oh, he said it again, everybody. Here, cheers. It's our drinking game. Sorry.
I was halfway through
I'm drinking carbonated water, so.
Right on.
Oh, man. How can you drink that stuff?
No, I know it's like I used to be a heavy drinker, so it's like I guess it's kind of like beer. They say or certain liquors, they say it's an acquired taste. I
Yeah.
think personally I like it because I was a heavy drinker, like a bad drinker. So I think it's kind of like a mental thing. Not only have I always liked drinking water, but drinking flavored and carbonated waters, it's kind of, I think mentally in my mind somewhere, it's like you're drinking a cocktail, you're drinking a beer. When
Okay.
I mean, I don't think of it that way. Like, I don't think, oh, I need a beer, so I'm going to have a water. But I think somewhere in the back of my mind is like, hey, you're really still partaking, even though I'm not. I don't know. I think there's
Yeah.
some subconscious psychology in there. But yeah, no,
we got
I'm
a Soda Stream to do carbonated water.
I
you
used to
gotta,
have a Soda Stream, and
yeah.
then they canceled the Diet Cola with lime. So I
I
stopped
just do it
getting.
for the water, and then I add the lime is my favorite carbonated water.
Not to
Lime.
get off not to get off topic, but have you guys watched on Amazon Prime either the Terminal List or the new spin-off to that Terminal List?
I'm,
I think it's
I
called
had
Dark.
I watched the first one, the first Terminal List season. I really liked it, and then I have not watched Dark Wolf yet. The new ones. It's on my list.
Yeah, the first 3 episodes are out, and it's great. It focuses
Okay.
on, oh Lord, I can't think of his name, the long-haired one who works for the CIA. It focuses on him like 7 years before the events of Terminal List.
He was Gambit. He was the first Gambit we got on screen, I think. Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah,
Is the
yeah.
actor.
It
He
stars
also,
Chris Pratt.
yeah, he also played one of the Navy SEALs in Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg, I believe.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to put that on my list too, because no, I have not watched this. Cool.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention too, I know we're kind of all over the place. We were talking about loving the Terminator. And I hate anime, but Netflix did an anime Terminator series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It,
I didn't know
it,
that either.
and I watched it, and I absolutely loved it. They can't use Schwarzenegger's likeness because that's a huge thing in the Terminator world. You got to pay obscene amounts of money to get that man's face involved in Terminator, unfortunately. But rightfully so, I'm sure. So power to Arnold.
Oh
But
yeah, watch Predator Killer of Killers.
what they get? Okay. Don't spoil that for me because I haven't. That's something that's on the list. But it's still, you can still relate to it. It's still Terminator. It doesn't, but there's no John Connor, there's no Sarah Connor, and there's no Arnold, but it's still the Terminator. And it was really good. And I don't like anime, and I love this show. So if anybody
Okay.
likes the Terminator, or you like anime, I can't remember. It's called the Terminator or something, but it's the anime Terminator series on Netflix. It's great.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we took a left turn, so let's get back to Tulsa King.
Well, real quick, just to affirm Jacob, Sam says carbonated water is big in Europe.
Oh, wow.
Are you in Europe, Sam?
Sam's in Australia.
Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Normally I can do an Australian accent, but sometimes when I do them, if someone asks me to do an Australian accent, I end up doing a British one. If someone tells me to do a British one, I end up doing an Australian one. So I'm not going to attempt at that. And it wouldn't be to mock you. It would just be out of just sheer fun. So when I was younger, I used to be very good at doing voices and accents and things like that. I could still do it
Nice.
sometimes, but I am not going to attempt to do it right now. A, I don't want to look like a fool, and B, I don't want to insult anyone. So Sam, I'm not going to touch that. But
we've made all kinds of down under Vegemite sandwich jokes, all kinds of stuff. So but we kind of stopped doing that.
Sam says he's never been to Europe.
Oh.
Never been to Europe. Well, and there's so many variations of the accents too, both in Australia and in England, but they sound so similar. But then there's ones that just, ever hear some British people speaking English? They talk, it's English, it's English, but they speak, and because of their accent, you're kind of like, what did you just say? What did you just say?
Well, that's because they speak English, we speak American.
Yeah, they speak English, as I think I've heard said. So,
yeah. Oh, here's Nerder Murray. They do a Texas one.
Well, I mean that could extend around certain circumstances. I mean, this could fall under it, or it may fall under a different category. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, this is kind of I'd say stereotypical to the sound. I would imagine. Now, if you're talking more, let's say, get it. You get a different area, in New York. Once you get to a certain spot, you're gonna see different things. You're not gonna know exactly what's going on, but you meet certain people, and then this guy I can trust, this guy I can't trust, this guy, I can go to him. We can get something done. We can get something going. Let's do a deal. You know what I mean? So, but or you can get a little more, you can get a little, Pierce Bronson or Colin Farrell with it. It's different. It's something, to be admired. I kind of feel like I sound a little bit more like Helen Mirren from Mobland right now than I do like Pierce Brosnan. But you know, or you could go a little bit more along the lines of like Jason Statham or Cillian Murphy and Peaky Blinders. You could go down that route, but that's a certain. Let's just say right now, you've got me on a spot. I'm in first gear, mate. You don't want to see me shift into sixth.
All right. Jordan Murray says, nice. Sam goes, please say I'm walking here in a New York accent.
There you go.
I mean, hey, I'm walking here. What's your problem, eh? This is Brooklyn. Get out of the way. I mean, everybody thinks that we're a bunch of I'm in New York. I'm in Buffalo, New York, which is up more towards Canada. I'm not in Brooklyn, so this is kind of how Brooklyn people sound. When I talk like this, some people say this is not actually a Brooklyn accent. It's how Jewish people sound in Brooklyn. But either way, I think I sound like I've been told that I sound like I'm from Brooklyn. You could also go. You could also go down the lines of being kind of like Al Pacino and Scarface. Because
that's good.
I'm just gonna stop. My brain keeps transitioning, and as I'm changing the accents, I can't do them as well. So I think I'm just gonna.
Here, I'll give you my Texas accent. Now, Bobby, you can't go around kicking people in their testicles.
Bob has been playing them video games.
I sell propane and propane accessories.
Have you seen that meme? I don't know the singer who does the song, but it's Hank Hill. They put his fate. It's that song. It goes, she don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie, cocaine. And they put Hank's face on him, and instead of cocaine, it's propane.
That's awesome.
Oh, gosh.
I'm a big fan of the original King of the Hill. I haven't watched any of the new one, so
yeah, I heard he's back.
I can't speak of the new one whatsoever. All right, let's get back to Tulsa King.
Speaking of accents, of New York accents inside Tulsa, Oklahoma,
right.
Let's get back to it.
All right,
Okay,
so season 2.
Yes.
I really, really enjoyed season 2. I think it's an incredible series. Let's see, for a scale for season 2.
Yeah, what would be our scale today?
Oh gosh, what was really prevalent in season 2? Gosh, I can't think of anything.
Jelly rolls. I'm just kidding.
Jelly roll? Yeah, no, that was cool. I like how they showed Dwight's age in that moment. Like who is this? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
All right. We'll use jelly roll. Sure, why not? I would give it 8 out of 10 jelly rolls. I love this series. It's fantastic.
We're using a jelly roll scale instead of apricot preserve.
Well,
preserves. That's what we did last time. Oh my gosh, that was
So we'll go with jelly roll for season 2.
Yeah.
All right. So 8 out of 10 for me.
I give it a good strong 9 out of 10 so far.
Wow.
Now, everybody, I haven't finished it, but I am going to. But I'm almost done. But I loved it. The writing is good. I love the camaraderie. I love the surprise of, hey, there's this great family atmosphere. We're family. Kind of a thing. I don't do accents. All right, I'm not really good at it, but not as good as you, Jacob. But it's also the whole part where there's there's the dark side of what they do. Like, hey, we're all having a great time. We're family bonding. Yay. We're laughing. We're high, you know, kind of all that stuff. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, this is a mobster kind of movie or show. So,
by the way, we had to take care of this guy.
right. Right.
Well, you know, it's cool you bring that up because it kind of falls under the same premise as The Godfather. Like, yeah, they were, you know, a mafia crime family, but, you know, the primary focus is always their actual own personal family themselves. Obviously, you know, the mafia refers to themselves, their organization, as families, but in The Godfather, it wasn't just in terms of history when they built the commission, they made the 5 families that were 5 different, you know, Cosa Nostra organizations, but it was actually the actual biological family of the Corleones themselves, where that, you know, everything was about preserving, protecting, maintaining, and growing the family, you know, as a whole. So, you know, to add to what you were saying, you know, you see that, you know, one second, you know, we're living life, everything's hunky dory, and then, oh, hey, by the way, we might have to kill this guy, or we, you know, or
Right.
you know, stuff like that. So, you know, you
Yeah.
you see the camaraderie of it, like you said, and then, you know, in the goodness and the positivity and the rewards that come with certain efforts. But then you see, you know, the criminal side of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think even the guy who's the weed shop owner, oh gosh, what's his
Bodie.
name? Bodie. Yeah. Just he's acting that so well because you can see his turmoil on, you know, this is too much for me. The dark side of the family is too much for him, kind of a thing. And I just thought that was so interesting. So anyway, that's my score. I think it's a great, I think season 2 is better than season 1. I mean, I guess because everyone had already been established or they introduced new characters, which is fine, but I really enjoyed it. Jacob, what would be your score?
I think I gave season 1 a 9, didn't I?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Well, if I gave season 1 a 9, I'm gonna flip flop and give season 1 an 8 and give season 2 a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
9 jelly rolls.
9 jelly rolls. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. 9 jelly rolls.
We'll explain the jelly roll thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like this. Like you said, I like the dynamic of the family. I think that it's great, and you know, Bodie, Dwight, Tyler. I can't think of the other characters' names.
Tyler.
Tyler's he's kind of Dwight's. Is Tyler right? I think it's Tyler.
Isn't it? Are you talking? No. God, what is his name now? I can't think. No, it's what is his name?
He's kind of Dwight's right hand man.
Yeah, it's not Tyler. What is his name?
I thought it was Tyler.
It is Tyson.
Tyson. All right. Okay, sorry. Tyler, Tyson. I was close.
No, I know. It didn't. I was like,
yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I really like the dynamic between all of them, and then you got Armand, who is your just typical little weasel.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe him. Every time I see him, he reminds me of my cousin Vinny. Yeah, who's also in all the gangster films.
I think. Now I can't think of Joe Pesci's full name in the movie My Cousin Vinny. Do you remember what his full name was in My Cousin Vinny?
I do not remember. Let's see.
Well, I think Vinny from My Cousin Vinny could do a better job than Armand. He might be more klutzy, but I think he's going to be, you know, more wise, you know, much more better.
Much more better.
Much more better. Cheers. Vinny Gambini?
Gambini, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Vincent Gambini. Yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
Mr. Gambini.
Armand just reminds me of Joe Pesci. That's what I'm really saying there. Not
He's like
necessarily
little, he's little and, this, that, and then.
right. He's kind of the little weasel of the family.
Or you could go Lethal Weapon with it. Okay. I'm all over the place, guys. I apologize.
Oh, we're having fun. It's all
You
good.
never go through the drive-through.
Oh gosh.
You made that very PG, Mike. You made that very PG.
I know. I didn't finish it. That's the reason I didn't finish it. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly where I'm going with it. And trust me, I've used that going through the drive-through.
That's funny.
Because they know you're going to be miles away before you discover that they got your order wrong. Oh, see, I skipped over the part, but
it's all good. I forgot about that. See, that's funny.
Oh, that was, man.
Yep. So what were your
guys'
guys' favorite parts of this season?
Oh gosh, there were so many good parts in this season.
There were a lot. I like the introduction of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's great. I like it when Thresher Thresher looks at him and says, "Get out of my way, Sasquatch." That was so awesome. I loved it.
He had a lot of small comedic moments. I think he's a nice, he's a little tiny little comic relief here and there, which is,
Yeah.
He's kind of the lovable guy of the family, but you still don't want to cross him.
Right.
Say it's a fair assessment.
I mean, he would kill you with a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
What's I don't know why I'm not remembering names. I've watched both seasons twice now, and I can't remember names. What is the guy's name who turned his back on Chicky and is Dwight's like
Vince?
Vince. Yeah, Goody.
No, Goody.
Goody. Isn't Vince the one who took over from Chicky? The one that Dwight's always butting heads with?
Yeah, the one Dwight broke his jaw in the first season. Which I absolutely loved, by the way.
I think I mentioned this last show, but I think it's in season 2 where Dwight gets off the phone with Vince, and Vince asks him a question, and then Dwight gives him some sort of snotty or remark, and then Vince hangs up the phone. And he looks at the cell phone. And he goes, "I think he's warming up to me."
That was in season 2. I loved it. I was like, "Really? You really think that?"
Oh gosh.
What was another moment with them I liked? Oh gosh, there were so many moments with Vince. Oh, when they all decide to have the sit down in Tulsa, and you got what's his face from KC? He shows up.
Frank Gorilla's character. That's Bevel blah blah.
Yeah,
sorry. No, I just get. I can't say
however
that.
you say that.
How do you say it again? Say it one more time, Jacob.
Bevilacqua.
Bevilacqua. Bevilacqua. Yeah.
It's like Aquafina. It's a great water. No, I'm kidding.
Aquafina sucks. Anyway,
it's horrible. It's horrible. It's salty. I don't care what anyone says. Aquafina. Yeah.
Dasani.
Oh, no, yes, Dasani is salty.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it was Dasani. Okay.
Dasani is the one that absolutely sucks.
Okay, sorry.
Aquafina is too, though. I don't think Aquafina is nothing to write home about.
It's like with electrolytes. You just put salt in there.
Looks like we won't be getting sponsors from either one of them anytime soon. No, I love it when they go to have the sit down, and Dwight goes, "Do you got any milkshakes?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, we make the best milkshakes." He's, "Bring me 3 milkshakes." And Belovak, he's like, "I don't want that kid stuff. No. And he goes, bring him anyway. He might change his mind. And then when they all get up and they're like, Dwight and Belacqua come to an agreement, and Vince is like, well, what does New York get? And he goes, you get the milkshakes.
Yeah.
I like how they, and I'm skipping ahead kind of to the end here, but
That's right.
I really like when because Chicky's trying to redeem himself, or you can tell New York has completely turned on him, and but he doesn't fully know that, or he's too arrogant to believe it. I think maybe at this point, and he goes to sit down with Dwight. Dwight kind of tells him off. At first, he comes into town, acting all hot shit, and sorry, and pushing around Bodie and this that, and and in the end, Chicky comes back into the casino with Bevilacqua, and then Chicky's trying to make his deal and plead his case why things should be the way they are, and blowing smoke up Dwight's butt, and then all of a sudden Bevilacqua just shoots Chicky. I think all of us at that point were like, "Thank you," but but the best part after that, Bevilacqua puts his gun away and he goes 50%, and then I think Dwight was holding a drink and he goes,
"You earned it."
Yeah, you earned it. And it's like, okay, that's done and over with. And then, but then Thresher with there was a nice twist how you think he's this real big, super rich, powerful guy just because of his wealth and the amount of land that he owns, with the marijuana farms and this and that. And then you end up finding out that he's got a triad basically running his operation.
Yep.
That was an unexpected twist, because at first I was kind of like, it just can't be some guy who's rich and powerful. There's got to be something else behind it. And then Ming, I think was his name. Then he ends up becoming a liability for everybody. And then Tyson, thinks that, then Tyson's dad accidentally, his car gets bombed, right? So then Tyson thinks it's Bevilacqua. Tyson goes to make an attempt to hit on Bevilacqua. He gets shot at, gets out of there, and then oh crap, where was I going with that? Then they figure out as time goes on. Yeah, Bevilacqua is about to hit. He's with all his guys. They're talking about hitting back on Dwight, and then I don't know if who comes in and tells him. I don't think. Oh, Thresher shows up and he says, "You got to do something about Ming. This, that, the." And then Bevilacqua finds out that Ming is actually the one who did the bombing, and then Bevilacqua is like, "You got to be effing kidding me!" The whole reason that they're in that pickle is because of misinformation.
Right.
Well, not misinformation, but not having all the facts. So I thought that was very a cool little plot twist, and how they all it just shows in life, whether you're in a relationship or if you're in a business, that communication is everything. And you got to have as many of the facts as you can.
Yeah.
I think it's a situation of Ming playing 3D or 4D chess, or however you put that, where he's playing chess and the rest of them are playing checkers, because he's trying to set up a war between the other families to keep them at each other and leave them alone in this little marijuana crusade they got going on. So, I thought that was all a brainchild of Ming, just him setting up this war and stuff. And hopefully for them, hopefully in his sense, for them to kill each other off just so he doesn't have to worry about it. That was the whole thing. At least that's what I took from it.
Absolutely.
Something I wanted to ask you guys. So, the scene where, Vinny and, or Vince and Chicky go to the airport and they're heading to Tulsa for the sit down. And then Chicky gets detained by TSA because he's got a gun. Yeah.
Ankle gun.
Now, this was our second watch of it. Both Brendan and I watched it twice. And I had remembered the first time when he first got stopped by TSA, our thought was that Vinny had planted a gun on him. Of course, it's kind of hard to plant a gun at your ankle. But on the other hand, I find it crazy that Chicky was that stupid to try to get through the airport with a gun.
It seemed like for some reason, and I don't know why, I can't explain this, but it seemed like he did it on purpose. He's like, I don't want to go. But I don't know why he wouldn't want to go though. But it seemed like, because he didn't seem that upset about it. It's like, oh, you got me. I got my gun. He just seemed too.
But he was upset at Vinny being at the sit down. That was the thing,
Mm-hmm.
And
because
Vinny wanted to be there because Vinny's trying to establish himself as the head of the family is what he's doing. So he has plans to. Of course, he didn't do a very good job. I mean,
no,
Chicky.
He got a milkshake.
He got what?
He got a milkshake.
He got a milkshake.
I got 3 milkshakes because none of them drank them. But I don't know. I just found that scene was a little weird because I felt Chicky really wanted to be there, but at the same time, it just seems like Chicky would not be that stupid to try to go through TSA with a gun. It just seems like he'd be smarter than that. But I don't know. It was interesting. And then I love the fact that when when Chicky did go to Tulsa to try and smooth things over, he had to take a train because he couldn't fly anymore. He was on the no-fly list. I loved it. That was another part I thought was great. I absolutely loved. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say, how about Armand basically going nuts and then robbing the store, the casino, and then that twist at the end where he ends up redeeming himself and he goes to Ming and leads, because they all at this point know, Thresher, Bevilacqua, Dwight, they all know at this point, okay, Ming's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to be eliminated. And you don't know until the end, that there's that twist where Armand redeems himself.
Mm-hmm.
As he appears as just being like you think he's just going to Ming out of fear and maybe to get some kind of good graces or money or whatever the case, or protection, whatever the case may be. But then he actually ends up leading Ming into a trap where Bevilacqua and Dwight take him down. I thought that was really badass.
Well, that scene where they take Ming out, I think that's one of the best scenes in the whole season too.
Ooh.
Because just before that, you get Ming. Ming fears nothing. He does not fear anything. And then all of a sudden he has this moment of, oh crap, I'm screwed. And I think it's the first time in his life he's ever had that moment.
I don't think he had that moment until Tyson was thrusting the the tomahawk, or I don't know if it was a tomahawk, or I don't know. I think it's something different, but similar to a tomahawk for their native friend that got killed. Yeah, and that was that was a turning point. Well, I don't want to say, is that the proper turning point? That was a development for Tyson because he crossed a line that he kind of hadn't crossed yet.
True.
So, but then Dwight knew at that point too. Dwight seemed like he was almost like proud and disappointed of him at the same time. But then Dwight knew, he's like, okay, I can really count on this guy to do some serious stuff if I need him to. Not that he didn't before. He picked him up and respected him from the get-go, but Dwight definitely saw Tyson in a different light when he decided to do well, and of course Tyson was getting back for retaliation for almost killing his father.
Right.
So,
yeah. Something else my wife kept saying all through the season, she kept saying that Dwight kills Tyson at the end of this, and I was like, what? I don't remember this. And we kept watching, and I kept watching in a moment.
Okay, Penguin.
Right, exactly. We watched the last episode, and she goes, "Was that the season finale?" I said, "Yeah, that was the season finale." She goes, "I thought he killed Tyson." I go, "I think you are crossing Penguin with
Yeah.
with Tulsa King." And sure enough, that's what she was doing. But all through the season, she kept saying that. And I'm like, I don't remember this. It was so funny. And then it struck me. I was like, oh, you're confusing this with the Penguin. That's what you're doing.
I didn't know that's where you were going with it, Mike. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, you were absolutely right. It was
No, I know, but sometimes when we talk, we like to have our moment. I ruined your moment. I apologize.
no. That's what we call saving it for the podcast. So
Yeah.
this
It's
is
all
why
good.
Steven and I try not to discuss too many details before the show, because we want to have those moments on the show. So
It's totally okay.
Save it for the podcast moment, which, by the way, Save It for the Podcast is on our Ko-fi exclusive T-shirt that we have for all access
Ko-fi members.
Ko-fi members. So,
But had we been in person and having a conversation, and you did that to me, I probably would have been like, really, like you're not.
Well, that's what I kind of did at the end of the season. I was like, "You're thinking of the Penguin."
I'm talking here. Is this your story? I'm sorry. The middle of my I'm sorry. The middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of yours. You know.
I'm sorry, sir. I was.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize to me. I'm the one who did it to you. I apologize.
Trying to do my best, Armand.
Oh gosh.
Please, Dwight. Please. He's all sweaty and red, and looks like I don't know.
Oh, we should talk about Jelly Roll too, since we brought it up earlier.
We should. Yeah, go for it.
So one of Dwight's ventures is a marijuana shop. I mean, he has that in season 1. Of course, he takes over Bodhi's marijuana shop, and they build it into something crazy.
Would they call it even higher plane?
Yeah, even higher plane is what they call it.
I was like, wow, that's probably the most fanciest, more fanciest weed shop I've ever seen.
Granted, I've never been in a weed shop, so I don't know what they look like on the inside, but somehow I can't imagine them.
Don't look like, I've never been in one either, but I don't think they look like that.
Right. I can't imagine them having robot arms, turning the weed and stuff like they had in the show.
Or a little private recording studio where you can make your own music. I thought that was interesting.
But I think it's a great idea. I think
it
makes sense, I wonder how many weed shops are considering that after this show.
Well, it's actually a good idea because a lot of and I'm sure you guys would probably agree with this, that throughout history, musicians in general tend to be weed smokers. So I think there's a correlation between marijuana and creativity to an extent.
I've heard that. Yeah.
So there also is, and I don't smoke weed, but
the question is it indica or sativa that helps them do that?
Is it? Repeat that, Stephen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you haven't been in a weed shop. So is it indica? Is it the indica weed or is it sativa? There's two main types of strains.
I get them confused because one is a head high and then one is a whole body high.
Yeah, so indica, what I've been told is indica, think indica, couch. It's the relaxation one. And sativa is the head one.
Look,
don't ask me how I know that, you guys. I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about that. I prefer blue agave, which is the plant used in tequila.
Yeah.
Tequila's my choice, not weed. So anyway.
I've got some people who I know who are really, they're I was going to say they're into it. There's some that have it because it is medicinal for them. I met. Real quick story. So I've got this one guy.
Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone, where we talk about weed.
Because it's in the show,
Did bring up Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob earlier, so I mean, it's fitting.
I guess that is appropriate for this episode. I didn't think about that.
We will not be putting out any short clip reels on.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go through them real carefully this time.
You are going to have to go through it carefully.
Oh, I don't want to send out the wrong message in reels. That would be
That's funny.
bad. Of course, we might get a whole new followership.
Right?
Marijuana conversation in this episode is for entertainment purposes only.
Right. That's right. Nuri Murray says blue agave is the greatest plant in the world.
Yeah, baby.
Yep.
Anyway, so in their weed shop, they have a recording studio, and lo and behold, the rapper, he's kind of rap country, right?
He sings too. It's funny. I believe he raps, but every time I don't own any of his music, but anytime I've seen him like in a video or anything, he's always singing. He's never rapping. He's always singing. But I think he raps too.
You know what you call rap and country, right? It's called crap.
Oh,
Anyway.
I think no, I shouldn't say that either. But
anyways,
you got to remember, Mike, you're talking to someone who used to rap.
I know. But you don't play country, so we're good.
No, I can't stand. I mean, I like me some Johnny Cash, So
see, my extent of rap would be, let's see, Run DMC and Aerosmith, Walk This Way, or Anthrax and Public Enemy doing Bring the Noise. Oh, I love Bring the Noise. That's a great song. Those are kind of my, and it's, some other Run DMC stuff. I like some Run DMC stuff, but other than that, I'm more of a rock metal guy. What were you saying, Steve?
I was just saying my favorite Johnny Cash is Hurt, the song Hurt. Really like that song.
I think we could turn that into a rap song.
You could turn anything into a rap song.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so Jelly Roll shows up at the marijuana shop, and he's getting ready to go in and record. And Dwight has no clue who Jelly Roll is. By the way, full disclosure, I didn't know who Jelly Roll was until about a year ago or so. I just heard of him like a year ago before this. And so I wouldn't have known who this guy was either. I'd been right there with Dwight. Like, who is this guy? Does he think he could sing? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he shows up and goes into the studio and sings his butt off, by the way. He does have talent. I'll give him that. He's got talent. That's for sure. Not my style, but he's got talent.
I will say this, though, as someone who, like I said, who used to rap and has been in recording studios and has recorded, anyone who watches stuff like that, if you watch that show, I can tell you 100% that in that moment, he was not doing that live. He may have did it live when they recorded the footage, but the actual voice that you're hearing, that was pre-recorded. That's 100% pre-recorded. So it's still him, but it's pre-recorded. A lot of people think, "Oh my God, he's doing that live." There's people that don't know that. Some people might be rolling their eyes like, "Of course we know he's not really doing that." But no, like that stuff is pre-recorded so that way it sounds good. Like, and you can tell too because when he was singing, there's something called like a double dual vocal, or what we do when we rap, we record what's called a double verse. That's where you record the verse and then you record over it again. It just brings a certain different sound and level to it. You can hear him kind of doing a double verse, and it's like when you're recording live, there is no double verse. Gotcha. So why are you? So you can, if you're in the music and you know that sort of thing, you can pick up on that. And it always makes me smile because it's just like, it looks good. They got the audio matched up and it sounds great, but I'm just like, he's not really doing that right now.
He's playing Milli Vanilli.
But yeah, no, I thought he was a great singer. I knew like you, Mike. I knew who he was. I knew he kind of looked like Post Malone, like with the tattoos and all that. I'm not into Post Malone, but and when I saw him, I'm like, oh, I think that's that Jelly guy. And then they said that it was. And then I'm like, I thought he just rapped, and then he sang, and I was like, man, I'm like, this guy can sing. I saw a video recently where he was at a concert that Eminem did recently in the past year in Detroit, and he had Jelly Roll come out and do some singing, and it was just he's really talented. Actually, in fact, today I think I'm gonna look up some of his work.
There you go.
But-
There you go. Well, that was the reason we brought up Jelly Roll at the beginning. Used him for our scale because I just couldn't think of anything else I really wanted to use. I couldn't think of anything that was really prevalent in season 2, and I didn't want to use marijuana plants. So that probably been the next big thing to use would be marijuana plants. But yeah. So anyway.
Well, and now we know Thresher is gone. He forfeited everything to Dwight, and now Dwight and Bevilacqua split it down the middle because Bevilacqua killed Chicky.
Uh-huh.
But now everything seems to be good, great, grand, and wonderful.
They got the car dealership and
the car dealership.
What's his face
shop.
made his first commercial.
Mitch, right? Isn't it?
Mitch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking for his name. Mitch made his first. I love that too. So, Steven, I don't think you saw this,
right?
But so they end up buying the dealership from the guy. I'm not really a cowboy, No, say it isn't so.
So right.
I love that. That was so funny.
But, Mitch was so hysterically condescending to that guy.
Oh, he was great.
But the dealer, I can't remember his name, but the car dealer, he never knew. You could tell he was so ignorant to the fact that Mitch was actually making fun of him,
right?
Which made it even funnier. I always love their interactions.
Yes. Oh, I do too. It was fantastic. But he did the cheesy car commercials like we've all seen in our own areas. Everybody has those cheesy ones, and his was the cheesiest of the cheese. So then Mitch is trying to come up with his car commercial, and he's pitching it to the family and everything, and they're like, "No, you can't do a car commercial like that guy. You got to do something better. You're good looking. You're a hot guy and all this stuff." Well, I still think he pulled off a cheesy commercial, but it wasn't as cheesy as the cowboy guy.
It was Grace. Remember, it was Grace who gave him gave him the ideas and helped him out.
Right. And what's Grace's what's her title at the weed shop? She's a weed concierge or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I love her. I think she's great, especially in season 1 when they're all practicing shooting and no one can hit anything, and she's just pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Like, where did this come from?
Grace is a fantastic character. In fact, she offs somebody in season 2, and they're all like, "Whoa!"
Oh, and no, she's the one who put the bullet in Ming to get him to go down to keep him alive.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So I really liked her, but they come up with their commercial and they're all celebrating. Everything seems great. The end of this season reminds me of a Sammy Hagar song. It's called, what's the name of the song? Hold on a second.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. Hold on. I'm getting this.
Wait, I'll bring you a message from our sponsors. No, I'm just kidding.
Do what?
He's like, I'll be right back. I was like, we now bring you a message from our sponsors.
Right. Oh.
Do you like Aquafina and Dasani? I do. No.
Okay. The song is called "When the Hammer Falls," and part of the lyrics Sammy's talking about. He says, "You could be walking down the street and think everything is great. Everything looks good. Everything sounds good. Everything feels good. Everything smells good. And then all of a sudden, around the corner, something hits you in the face like an 18-pound sledge." And that's exactly what happens at the end of season 2. Dwight just gets hit right in the face with an 18-pound sledge. For sure. And I am excited to find out what is going on. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Yeah, I think the main or the logical thing would be that it's got to be the FBI. You know, they probably want him to, spill
I'm
the,
trying to figure it out. I don't
you,
know.
you, but at the same time, it's like, I hope they don't go too crazy with it because the FBI makes sense, right? Um, in terms of like the mafia and organized crime and everything. But if it's not the mafia, it's like, why would it be like the CIA or the NSA? Because they seemed very, I don't know. It just seemed too. I'm sure the FBI is very sophisticated, but it just seemed a little too intricate and sophisticated for it to be the FBI. Maybe it is.
See,
Um,
I think FBI is too obvious. So I that's why I kind of lean away from the FBI. But at the same time, I don't think it's a family either.
oh no,
Um,
I mean they're definitely. I mean you can tell that they're like, the one guy was wearing a suit. They're all wearing like military tactical gear. I mean they're clearly or maybe they're a very high level criminal organization. I don't think they are though. I think there's some sort of government um, agency. But if they're not, however they take that, and I mean it could still be the FBI. I mean the FBI. I don't know. A lot of people don't know this. The FBI operates overseas. Like they're not as, at least we think they're not as dark and sinister as like the CIA and the NSA and stuff like that. But
sure.
it could be the FBI. That's what I know. That's what a lot of people think. They think it's the FBI that
I
took
think
Dwight. But who knows? They're probably gonna spin that into something. We're just gonna be like, what? And, didn't see that coming. So
See, I
I don't know,
just think
Steven.
the FBI is. I think it's too on the nose because we had that scene with what's her face, the chick that he was with in season
Oh,
one.
and BTF.
Yeah, the ATF.
Stacey Beale.
Yeah. And
What?
and they're there in their office and somebody comes in and says, "Hey, the FBI wants everything we've got on Dwight Manfredi." And he's like, "Oh yeah, what do they got for us? So much for sharing intel, so across the agencies, so on and so forth."
I forgot about that part, but I think you kind of just hit the nail on the head. Now I really do think it's the FBI
So you
because
think it is?
now
See,
I
I don't know. I think they put that in there to make you think it's the FBI. But I think
true.
it's going to be somebody else. I think they're going to put a spin on it. Because I just think it's too on the nose. I think it's too easy, to just say, "Oh, it's the FBI." So I don't know. I mean, we'll find out here in a few weeks for sure. But it was quite the ending, I have to say. So, Stephen, close your ears a second, and spoiler alert. So Dwight Manfredi is in bed at what's her face's house, his girlfriend, now girlfriend, I should say, Margaret. Yeah, I think it's Margaret. Anyway, and they are awakened to guns in their face and what appears to be agents, and they take him away. They put a hood over his face so he can't see where he's at, and they pull him out in some bunker, it looks like, and they tell him, "You work for us now." And that's where the season ends. And that's what Jacob and I are referring to when we're talking about who this possibly could be. So there you have it. There you are. All right, Stephen, you can put your headphones back on.
Is he not finished it? Why did you have him earmuff?
Yeah, he said he didn't watch the last couple of episodes, so
I haven't finished it. Yeah.
Right.
So
I didn't want
know.
to
oh, it's all right.
Spoil the
Spoilers
ending
don't
for it.
bother me, but I didn't know exactly. I didn't know exactly what you were talking about. So it's all good.
But yeah, we're discussing who the quote unquote bad guy for season 3 could be. So
Oh, okay.
I think I just figured out why Steven skips. It's because so that way he can keep up with the rest of the class. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's a good one, though. I like that.
possibility.
It just may be. I've been found out.
Did you read all of the material that was assigned to you, Stephen, or did you skip a few chapters?
I skipped a few chapters.
Stephen bought the Cliff Notes.
It shows in your work, Stephen. No, I'm kidding.
Ouch.
Okay, well, I think that is Tulsa King season 2. I think all of us enjoyed it very much. So
yeah,
I highly recommend the show. Again, I think it's probably the second best show on television currently, next to Yellowstone. Yellowstone is top for me. I love Yellowstone. It's a fantastic show.
Yep, agreed. Isn't the same producer?
Yep. It's by the same people that did Yellowstone.
Taylor Sheridan.
And I believe he did Landman also.
Okay.
Which Landman is very good too. I enjoy that show. And I don't know if he did he do Mobsters or Mobland, I mean?
That I don't know.
No, I think that's Guy Ritchie.
Okay. And which we plan on watching Mobland too. I haven't started that yet, but that's on our list.
It is great. It's different, but it's great. And I know you said you couldn't get into it, and it's a little hard to follow because, like we were talking about accents earlier, like some British accents are hard to follow, even though they're speaking English. Peaky Blinders is fan-frickin-tastic. Like,
I have coworkers who love that show, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check this out. And I think I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was just bored out of my mind. I couldn't get into it. I had a hard time.
It's like, didn't I tell you that you've watched Breaking Bad, right?
Yes, I love Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's fantastic.
But I think you said that you were hooked from like the first episode, whereas where most people that I've talked to, they had to watch like half of the first season before they got sucked into it. They all thought, oh, this is dumb, this is boring, I don't like it. And then once they got past like the first 5 or 8 episodes, then they were like, holy crap, this is a really good show. Peaky Blinders is kind of like, you got to get through 1 or 2 episodes, and then once you hit like the 3rd episode, the first 2 episodes make sense, and then the whole thing just becomes great. And then it evolves, because Peaky Blinders takes place over like the course of like, I don't know, I think 20 years.
Nice.
Something like that. I think it starts in the late 20s, and anybody can correct me, but I think it starts in the late 20s and it moves to the beginning of World War II.
Nerdy Murder, he said Sheridan just opened a studio in Fort Worth, Texas.
Sheridan.
I'm not sure who he's
Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan, the guy who Yellowstone, showrunner for Yellowstone.
Probably.
And Tulsa Kings.
I believe that's the proper title.
Tulsa King, excuse me.
All right. Well, I believe that's season 2 of Tulsa King. So anything else? Any fun little facts okay. I don't think I have anything else. I love all the actors in this. It's incredible. And it's no secret I'm a big Sylvester Stallone fan, so that was a plus for me for the show. So
that's the other thing too that we covered in our first episode for season 1 is again, if anybody's watching this and you don't like Sylvester Stallone because you think he can't act, and you've at least seen, maybe 2 or 3 of his films, watch this show. He can act.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, he's like, what's he, 75 in the show? I looked it up. He's actually 79.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like in real life, he's 79, or?
Real life, he's 79.
Well, I think he said he was 77 in the show. So maybe when this was filmed, he was 77. So,
maybe. The only reason I say this because I remember him saying that when he had Stacy Bill on the stand and he was defending himself, and upset that I was 75 years old or something to that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the judge is like, "Okay, can we refrain from this?"
Yeah.
Referring back to their sexual escapades.
Yeah,
that was a good scene. I like that.
Yeah,
and he was having fun with her in that scene too.
Yeah, it was good. It was interesting how they did that and how they played that out and stuff. So
Yeah, the court
Yeah.
scene was really good. That was enjoyable.
And I liked how Dwight had he wasn't upset with her, and he had a great deal of respect for her. I
Yes.
found that to be
It's
very
classy.
admirable. Yeah, I found that to be very admirable, because I think that I wouldn't want to say the traditional thing, because the mafia doesn't like to kill law enforcement because that brings a lot of attention. But I think in terms of like crime films and movies and stuff, I think the traditional thing to do in terms of like in the entertainment world, when you're talking about crime, is to kill the law enforcement officer that's going to bring the most heat on your organization. So I think maybe not everyone, just know from watching the show, knowing his character, I didn't think he was going to kill her. Part of me thought he was, and then he really flipped the script, and I think he said she came home, he was in the house. I think he said he had more respect for her than he did for anybody, or something like that.
Yep.
So
I never got that feeling that he was going to kill her. I thought from the get go that he had a lot of respect from her. I thought that was portrayed very well, actually. And I was pissed at her character. I was just like, really? You turn around and do this to him? He was so good to you, and you did him wrong.
I think she was. I think honestly, at the end of the day, I think she was just covering her butt because a criminal gave her $1 million in an account. It's like, and it's kind of like in that situation, she was probably like, well, if I don't say anything and then I retire and disappear, and if I get found out, she's royally screwed, right? So,
well, Dwight did cover. He did cover it. The fact that he says, well, you were tricked into this. You didn't have a lot of choice. And when he explained it, I was like, okay, it's still, I don't know, it still hit me like, she's kind of a scumbag for doing that. But I get it. It makes sense. And it made sense for the story too. So,
yeah,
cool. All right.
Right on. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone. If you would, please check out our website at www.twogeeksmic.com. That's the number 2 GEEKSMIC.com. Where you'll find all things Two Geeks. That will also lead you to our merch page, where we got some fun merch that's there that you can also go straight from there. Yeah, there's the mug.
Jacob's got our mug right there.
TwoGeeksMicMerch.com takes you directly there if you want to check that out. If you want to support us, we'd greatly appreciate it. Please check out our Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/2geeks. There is where we have some really cool stuff, and we've added some great things. So far, we've added we have a private RSS feed for those who are supporters for pre-show stuff, directly post-show stuff. Also, our sci-fis, we have spun those back up again, so you can check out some of our special sci-fi episodes where Mike and I review classic sci-fi. Jacob, we may have you join us for the Terminator one.
Oh,
we'll do a Terminator one and do that.
Yeah, and then we got to do Tulsa King season 3, and then I know you guys are going to watch Mobland. I'm really hoping I can twist some arms. I know it's the movie hasn't come out yet on Netflix. They're releasing a movie to end the series, but I hope to twist your arms and get you to watch Peaky Blinders, because that's how they're going to finish it. They're making a Netflix movie to finish the series.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Well, let me do Mobland first.
Well, and I mean, it's to be fair, it's Cillian Murphy. He played Oppenheimer, and he did a phenomenal job. I think
he's a good actor
for it. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's great.
Did you ever see his audition tape for? Or here, let me get this off my face. Did you ever see his audition tape for Batman?
For Dr. Crane?
No, he actually auditioned for Batman, and he got the Crane thing. Yeah, look it up on YouTube. He is a good actor, no doubt about it.
I didn't even know he was actually. Wait, no, he's not. Is he British or is he Irish? He's not. I don't think he's British.
I don't know.
I think because I know in Peaky Blinders he plays a British guy from Birmingham in England.
He's Irish.
I thought he was
Irish actor.
I never knew he was. I'm telling you, man. the British, the the British.
Careful now.
No. The British, the Irish, they're taking our acting jobs, man. They're taking them. There's so many there's so many great British ladies and gentlemen out there who are, Tom Hardy. He's in Mobland, but he's, prime example. Huge range. He's a great actor too. And I mean, I didn't know for the longest time that he was British. It blew my mind when I found out and remembered that he was actually one of the soldiers from, I think, 2000 or 2001 in the movie Black Hawk Down. If you watch Black Hawk Down, Tom Hardy is in Black Hawk Down. Like that's how far he goes back. So,
wow,
I did not know that.
Cool. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, hey, if you want to check us out, if you want
housekeeping, Steven.
I know, right? Sorry. So also next thing up for bids is please check if you want to get in contact with us. Mike does a good job of watching the email at show@twogeeksmike.com. That's the best way to get a hold of us. And so with that, Mike, do you have anything else?
Yeah, please make sure and follow us on all the socials. We are on now we're on Instagram. I'm building that up. That's something we're new to. And we are on Facebook. I try to stay pretty active on Facebook and then kind of mirror that over to Instagram, just being just full disclosure there. But anyway, and I'm trying to keep up with geeky facts on Facebook and funny memes and so on and so forth. And then any information about when we go live. And speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math and the rest because I don't like math. And we are live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble.
There you go. You got it.
My brain got stuck in the middle there. So so that's all the places you can find us live. And then of course our audio podcast goes out on Monday mornings. So there you have it.
There you go. There you have it. There you are. Jacob, best place to get a hold of you or check stuff out. Obviously there's the Kingdom Comics, KEYNGDOM comics.com. Any other place people can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kingdomcomics.com. That's the publisher. Who is owned by my co-writer in my debut comic book, Joffrey Cotton. But I am the creator and writer of and head writer of Cosa Nostra's Comrade, my debut comic book. You can find me. Search my name on Instagram and Facebook. It's under. You'll see it come up as RKR Ruchser, which is rare. RKR stands for Rare Key Runs. It's my little brand name that I gave myself. So you'll see a little RKR symbol. You can't miss it, but you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. And obviously get my comic from kingdomcomics.com. And, in the meantime, I can't wait to, wait a minute. I got to think about this accent here. I'm going to come. Now I'm trying to get Pacino in there. See, this is what I mean about doing accents. It can be difficult because you think about people who speak it, then you try to emulate that person specifically, and then when you're trying to imitate them, you try to do your own version of the accent at the same time, and then they end up meshing. So I'm trying to go Brooklyn here, and it's not working. Brooklyn. So. Obviously with that little sum here today with Tulsa King, we're going to be back again, hopefully with season 3. And, we're going to get out there. We're going to spread the word. We're going to do what we need to do. And, if you don't like it, forget about it,
That'll work.
Oh, all right. With that said, anything else? Any last statements, funny anecdotes, so on and so forth?
It's all good.
All right.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
We are experiencing technical. I had nothing.
Megan can give you a knock-knock joke.
Oh, God.
All right. Anyway, with that said, please do not, Steven, skip this episode because we are much more better. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,